try with the help of God and with my brothers and sisters here, we can be able to answer some few questions, and then we cannot challenge this the incidents that happened either currently or in the past. We can't say anything that will say that we did the right thing. And then we have to let some of the things put apart. Let's put them behind us. Because each time you meet, you recount so many, and then it brings us down. So just let us put those things behind us. And we are assuring you, my administration, want to assure you that these things will not happen again. It is so unfortunate that sometimes when you are doing a very stressful job, some of our men, at a time when you don't want to hear some of these things, and then the devil brings those type of incidents to spoil the whole day for you. If you look at what happened at Ablekuma North, the incident of our senior police officer that day spoiled the whole day. It was too early in the day, around 8, before 9. Then they showed me, because I was also concentrating on how everything is going on. Then my director, public affairs director, told me, "Master, look on your phone, I've sent something to you." And what I saw, a whole senior police officer. If it is a constable, we say constables, they don't have sense, But a whole senior police officer. So that spoiled the whole day for us. And we thank God that immediately we didn't waste time. Immediately I have to meet my former members to decide on action to take. So within the shortest possible time, we have to withdraw this policeman officer. And quickly, we also, what we did was that we have to interdict him. When you are interdicted, your uniform is taken away from you. You cannot go back to work. But there's rumor going on that we have just transferred the policeman from where he is to another police station, which is never true. It is not true. When you are no more wearing uniform, the only thing is that to look for your village and go and stay in the village and think about what you did wrong. So maybe when people saw this police officer in his hometown or village, they thought that he has been transferred to his hometown, or we have asked him to come and hide over there. It is not so. It's on interdiction, and when you are interdicted, we go through all the due process, using our service instructions, and then eternal disciplinary actions are taken against you. And then the same police officer is also facing the criminal action. What we do, as far as our officers are concerned, is that when even the criminal case is done against you, we forward the docket to the AG's office for advice, based on advice of my legal team. And that is what we have done. The Accra Regional Commander, upon the advice of the police administration, legal directorate, forwarded the docket to the AG's office for advice. And then immediately we also considered the police professional standard to also investigate him. And that investigation has also been completed and handed over to me. So it means that a service inquiry is going to be conducted to his conduct, and then the appropriate sanctions. So there will be two effects to whatever he did. And that process, just yesterday, I received the report from the professional standard, which said that we can go ahead and constitute disciplinary action through our service orders against the police officer. Touching still on the Ablekuma North, there were these assault issues that were mentioned, and then the Accra Regional Commander, as at yesterday, had got 8 suspects. 8 suspects have been arrested. Yesterday, they are being processed, and from the advice I had from the regional commander means that tomorrow they will put them before court. Later, either tomorrow or Friday, one of these days, all these suspects will be put before court. So we are making progress, and then we make sure that whatever happens, justice will be done to those people who, in one way or the other, did not do their work in a professional manner. The GJA president mentioned the incident in Kumasi during the Council of State elections. Yes, I've just got information that investigations have been conducted, and then the victims have been given medical forms. As of today, they have not brought their medical forms for the suspects to be put before court. And so I've asked the regional commander to trace the victims and make sure that the medical reports that were given to them, for them to give it to the doctors to endorse, they return those medical reports so that the next step of going to court will be initiated. Whether we are safe to continue or you can go to Akwetia, what I want to say is that Akwetia will be very safe. Just today, we went to, myself and my management team, we went to, that is Hunya or Echremati, where we have the high risk operational training taking place. We went to visit the officers. That is the first batch of officers that will be deployed starting today. And it's about 600 men who will handle all risk operations in the course of the election duties. About 600 people have been trained. And some of the media personnel who follow us, they saw exactly what happened. The preparedness to conduct search to ensure that nothing dangerous is concealed in a vehicle or in a motorbike that can cause any trouble during elections. And also preparing the men who will be at the ground so that if somebody intends to use a weapon to snatch a ballot box, the precision in dealing with that particular suspect was also demonstrated when we went to the ground. If there should be somebody who can climb the tallest building in Akwetia, we have the men, and the men have gone through that rappelling training. We asked some of the media people to join us to descend. You know, walking through the distance to the waterfalls, it wasn't easy. But they managed to join us to see. We wanted to show everybody that we are prepared and we are preparing. And what they have seen in Munya today, or Achremati, really gives them the assurance that we are ready for the election. And the men, as I'm talking about now, those 600 men have already moved to Akwetia. They are going to soften the ground. You know, we heard so many TikToks and the social media comments. People said, oh, no, we are going there with arms and everything. I want to assure you that the police will deal decisively with those people. And I think their cowards, they cannot come. They cannot come because if you see the way we are prepared, the high level of preparation towards, I have told people that our eyes are red. I met even the political parties, that was yesterday, and I told them that you, the politicians, you bought the Black Maria for us. The Black Maria is the prison on wheels. And then if you don't talk to your people very well, they come to misbehave, we'll put them in the Black Marias. We will not wait a second for somebody to misconduct himself or herself before we ask that they should arrest. We are going to deal with it decisively to make sure that people can feel safe, the media can feel safe. And I assure you that our brothers and sisters from the media, no policeman will attack you. We are there to protect you. It is our duty to protect you, because without you, nobody will know what is happening. Somebody will be at home, he will not be at Akwetia, but he can even see what is going in Akwetia better if it is not you. So all we are telling our police personnel countrywide is that the brothers and sisters who hold the camera and then the phones to take whatever they are doing during the election times, I think there's a level to which they can go, but then you have to be moderate in handling them, making sure that, because without them, the rest of the people who are at home watching, they cannot see what is going on. And we have passed that stage whereby we have to look at the media to be a different group of people. They are part of us. Some of us, we have reached this stage, and without the media, nobody would have heard of our name. I go to my village, and everywhere they will tell you that, even yesterday I saw you on television. It's not my own television, it's not my television. It is your television that put me there. So, DJ President and all our executives in the media fraternity, what we are telling you is that we'll make sure that we'll protect you. Even if it will take me alone to protect you, I will do that. Before I continue, I think I should have started first to say that GJA President and your executives, we want to use this occasion to congratulate you on your swearing in into office. And we are happy. We have heard of you. Unfortunately, I lost your contact number. The number I had in the far years is not the number you are using these days. So you were communicating with me. I was also communicating, but they were all going different directions. So you didn't hear from me that I was congratulating you. Myself and my former members will say we congratulate you for your appointment. Working with the media, when I took over as the Inspector General of Police, the first thing I did, the first people I opened the doors to were the media, the Police Public Relations Directorate. I called the director and said, let's organize training for our people who for about almost 2 or 3 years were not allowed to talk, were not allowed to communicate with the media, and they're making communication with the media very difficult. Let's open the doors so that people will know that we are ready to work with you. And that is what I did. And that shows that I'm somebody who really loves the media so much. We want to do, I discussed with the GJA president the last time he visited, that we want to organize some training for both the police and then the media, so that when we engage in this type of training, we understand the roles of each other better. And I think he also brought the idea that this type of training is very important. So we'll be doing a lot of training together, and then at the end of the day, we'll all go to Achimati Huhunya, where myself and then Mr. Ben Efson will rappel from the top to the ground. Yes, so we are ready to work with you. But I assure you that all cases that involve this Ablekuma incident, we'll do our best to make sure that the perpetrators are all brought to book. As at this stage, either tomorrow or Friday, the number of people that we have got with us now will be put before court for court to take a decision on them. And then as soon as the AG also give us the green light for the police officer to be put before court, we have done it that way because that is the procedure of handling, especially a senior police officer up to that level. A man who was on duty, performing duty, but out of lack of control of temper, he went to that extreme. You know, it is different from somebody who out of the blue commits any incident. But this one, he was on official duty, performing duty, and then in the course of that, he went to the extra mile. So in this case, we have asked that the AG should advise us the way to handle him. But then, the internal disciplinary action is also very severe. It moves to different categories. Reduction in rank and a whole lot of things. Even dismissal can be the final stage of the internal disciplinary action. Thank you very much for bringing us so many coverages and everything. You know, frightening me, but I managed to overcome this. And then just to enable us to work together. And I pray that this time when we decide to meet, I will see more cameras, because some of us are very shy when we are speaking to the camera. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we do it better for the IG and the team? And now that we have been given an assurance of our safety, I believe that the relationship between the media and the police is going to get better. On this note, I will invite the president of the Ghana Journalists Association to give his final remarks.
Thank you, Mr. IGP. Shall we give it a big round of applause? The applause comes with a lot of commitment. IGP, once again, thank you for your words of assurance. We expect to see action. I believe that you walk the talk, and you can be rest assured that we are also ready to cooperate with you in our aspect to ensure a safe country, a safe and peaceful country. And let me also start by saying that it's also relieving, very relieving, IGP, to say that our good brother and colleague, the EIB victim reporter, come. So this is the guy who was assaulted by Officer. Come here, come. At least, at long last, we will get justice for him. We are patiently monitoring the proceedings, and we'll see what happens in court. And we believe that the court, with the competent judges we have, will do needful by making sure, because we always say that attacks on the media or journalists are usually premeditated. And I'm not referring to this very one. So we should always see such attacks as a serious issue than just misdemeanor. So, but then, as we said, with assurance from IGP, we will wait and see the prosecution. We will follow the regional commander. Know you are here. Our legal team is ready to join you in court when you are processing to court. We want to be there to follow proceedings, to know the charges preferred against me and how the argument will be. And after that, we will also brief our members on the outcome of the court case. So thank you. So you can sit. Thank you very much. Yes. In fact, he's here with his general manager. That should tell you that everybody is what?
We have done well. We have done well to arrest someone.
At least you have done well. Yes, we have done well. That's commend you.
From 2 to 8.
From 2 to 8, yes, that's good.
It's good, eh?
Yes, but we want to see the action.
From 2 to 9. If you had a police now, it becomes 2 to 9.
2 to 9. So we want to see that. So thank you. And again, we also want to, as we requested in the letter sent to you, to know the status of investigation into the following cases. We mentioned the Lateef Idris's case, even though we are aware that one suspect has been arrested. We want to know the state of investigation to that matter, or the prosecution. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Wontumi issue. Yes, we want to know. And we know Lateef has 2 issues with you. The Wontumi one is number 1. And then we have old one. Yes. Yes, we know you say court case, but under you, there's nothing like court case. Let's resurrect it. We want to know. We want to. I know. My brother Lateef Idris is here. IGP, if you permit me, I want to invite him. Lateef, if you are here, just come forward. Lateef Idris, in fact, you see, our brother has been cowed due to the threat on his life and all that. He has to always disguise himself. He has been off duty for a while now. He can't even come public. And IGP, this when this happens, it affects professionalism. We are unable to discharge our duty, that fear of favor. Even though we know Ghana media, notwithstanding the threat on our life, we still discharge our duty. But then, this is the second time. And after we arresting the first suspect, that has been receiving threats and all that, how do we provide him with the security he needs to continue discharging his duty? He has been hiding. I'm being honest. When I have to call him to say, once IG, because the constitutional responsibility of the police is to protect us, lives and properties. And so once the Inspector General of Police is coming with the team. Away, okay. That's it. Okay. So we want to know. It's okay. So we want to know Lateef's first case of attack in front of your CID headquarters.
I was not born.
Now you have to speak to your elders. Isn't that? Consult your elders. Yes. Yes, we want justice for our brother. If indeed we still haven't found anybody culpable, is there a way to rehabilitate him? Rehabilitation is very, very key. And I call on your good self. If you can do that, I think that will bring that case to rest. Yes. And again, IGP, respectfully, I want to disagree with the report received from your Kumasi Regional Commander or Ashanti Regional Commander on the fact that they have not received medical report from victims of the Council of State election attack. I will confidently tell you that while I was in Kumasi some weeks ago, I paid a courtesy call on the regional commander, and these are some of the issues we discussed. One of the victims walked to me and told me that ever since he presented or he submitted this report to the police, he hasn't heard from the police again. Ever since he submitted his medical report and came confronting me that we haven't done anything on their case. And so, please, my good friend, regional commander, if you are watching me, to me, please let's do the needful. Let's do the needful. Yes, please. IGP, PUMAB members, respectfully, let me bring your attention to the threat on the life of some of our members, not only Lateef Idris. We have received intel, I don't want to mention name because on camera, from some of our key members, political show hosts and presenters. Has been constant threat on their life by anonymous personalities, and some are also political kingpins. And this issue came up, I remember, somewhere last year when we were warming up, preparing for the 2024 elections. And it went dead. It has been resurrected again. And so I will create your indulgence and call on your good self. If maybe after a year, we may give you detail on this. It seems that our colleagues, especially presenters or political show hosts, who are somehow critical of the system, usually face some of this threat on their life and attack, especially by politicians and political figures. So I will give you detail on that. And thank you, with the IGPs and your team for okaying our request for training. It is very important that we organize training for both parties, your men and our people, so that you get to understand where the lines are, at least, so that we will not cross each other's path and work. We will coexist, work together as with a common goal in ensuring a peaceful country. The democracy we all seek for is what the media in Ghana has been striving for. Our constitutional responsibility is to ensure good governance, accountability, and deepen democracy. And so without the media, there will be no democracy. And your work will also be difficult. And so we count on you in this training. And on that note, I have my senior colleagues here. I may give them 2 minutes each to make remark that the NMC Executive Secretary represented the National Media Commission. Then after that, the GJA President will also give 2 minute brief remark. Then we can call it a day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and Mr. IGP and your team. I have given the president of the GJA the appellation of Oketechi for his courage in defending press freedom and standing up for the safety of journalists. We pray for continued good health, and we support you and your executives in the good work you do. We want to extend the same level of congratulations to you, IG, and your team. We don't take it for granted that you showed up here on the full team. In addition to what the president has said, I just want to quickly put 3 things on record. We started something with the police that we called Accountability Forum, where the police would give us updates on investigations regarding matters affecting the safety of journalists, some of which the president has said, and that you have gracefully responded to. We would want to plead that we return to an institutionalization of that forum, so that at regular defined intervals, we can update ourselves and the people of Ghana on these issues. The second thing I want to put on the table, Mr. President and Mr. IG, is that we started the process that we call the coordinated mechanism for the safety of journalists. Under that program, we wanted each institution that is involved in securing the safety of journalists to work with us to come up with clear protocols about what we should do or what should happen where there is an attack on a journalist. And this we had found had become necessary because it was not easy to decide that if there is an attack on a journalist and there's an attack on a teacher or a doctor, the matter involving the journalist should take precedence over investigations into other matters. And we thought that we needed to have very clear parameters that explain to the people of Ghana why this was necessary. And you have given indications why you consider the media so critical to your work. The Attorney General's Department has its own protocols for prosecutions. As part of the coordinated mechanism, we also wanted to have clarification on the procedures involved so that we could outline all these issues together. So if a matter involving the safety of journalists came up, we would know what each stakeholder in the process had to do for all of us to quickly secure justice for the journalist. We want to plead with you that we return to that process so that all of us could define these processes and document them and make it available to the people of Ghana. The third thing that I want to put on the table, and finally, is that we have had considerable engagement and we are beginning to understand each other in terms of our work and where the fault lines are. I think it is about time we came up together to defend some kind of police and media and security advisory, some kind of guidelines that clearly defined the parameters of our work. If there is an incident that the police requires to cordon an area off, how should the media respond to that? How should we understand you when you are policing a demonstration, for example, but we are also covering? On one hand, you want to offer us protection, but we may also constitute obstructions sometimes to your work. How can we work together to avoid these kinds of clashes? It seems to me that if we documented these processes in some kind of guidelines, it will help our work. So on that note, I want to thank you once again for this opportunity and to thank the President of the GJA. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, my brother, and the IGP. I think today is a historical day. Never have we had the IGP of the country visit us and sit together with us to dine on communication in this manner. Shall we give ourselves a round of applause? And we hope this is the beginning of another level that will continue. I want to just touch on a few key points. Ghana Independent Broadcasters is made out of the media houses, radio, television, we have some online. So that is where the machines and the people, when they come from the field, that is where they come. And it's mainly the private media. So we are everywhere in the country. We are in Boku, we are at Akwetia, and so we are with you. So we would like to say we're very, very happy about this. I call it a new partnership that is being provided between this conversation, between with my brother being in the front and pushing this initiative. We hope that this partnership will begin to see a marked departure, that we don't have to celebrate media and freedom days looking at ratings where our press freedom is coming in decline. So we use this as a step to move forward. The other thing that we have actually been asking for, and that's why I spoke about the number of stations that sit under our umbrella. I know usually the police have specific media houses they like to share information with. GJA covers all. So we have tried to establish a link directly with the directorate that when you have releases, you can send it to us, we'll do the forward releases to all the stations all over the country that you definitely do not reach. So we want to make sure and ask again that we bring that on board. I think it's a very simple communication process and it's part of the bigger partnership that we can do with the police to help in our development and dissemination. And also with a joint initiative on training. I remember this request has gone before. And we even asked during, when it comes to elections, etc., that we do these things together. Because when we identify under these grounds, when we go out to do the work, we see ourselves as partners and not as somebody from the other side. I think we had some also interesting communications when we were up. And I tried to explain the need and why we are fighting to have what we call a broadcasting law, which will make it easier for us to manage the media space and easier for you to also use the law to work with media infractions and development. So we also call that we will share this information so during such sessions, so the police also have an insight of what our world is like as media. We also would want the last thing is that we want to have consistent updates, not just of specific cases of interest to the police, but general updates of all issues, especially to do with the media people, and more frequent, regularly, so that we can distribute and update our membership, so that we know exactly how far these cases are, not till we come and ask. So on that note, I would like to say thank you very much for this initiative and helping us to make history in the Ghana Media Press Conference Center. Thank you.
All right, so before the IG makes his final remarks, I want to give you the opportunity, our members, to ask questions. And I'm limiting it to only 2 questions, and your question must stay within the scope of this engagement, no preamble. Just 2 questions, then we leave here. Okay, so you mention your name and then your question. If you can maybe come here, that'll be fine. Or you want to stand there? All right, fine. So
I'm Ken from Join. Yeah. My first question is the assault on Carlos Carlos when he was covering the demolition exercise.
please come. So once you are done, over.
Good afternoon. I'm Ken with Joy News. IGP, I have 2 questions. The first one is, I never heard you mention the assault on Carlos Kalodi, Joy News journalist, who was attacked during a demolition exercise by armed military men. I want to find out if anything has been done about that. And 2, it's about Akwatia by-elections. When you had the interaction with the political parties yesterday, the MPP was specific that they are going to protect themselves. They do not trust the police to offer them protection because the incidents that happened in Ablekuma North, they have not seen any proactive measures that the Ghana Police Service has taken. So I want to find out from you the first one about Carlos Coloni, and then the second one, what you make of it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think the time is past. All right, so okay, it's okay. No.
Yeah.
Colleagues, I think in as much as we want to have an extensive engagement with the IGP, we should also be mindful of the time. And so I believe that I don't think this engagement will end here. So whatever concern, whatever question you have, maybe you may channel it through the GJA and we may deal with it, because by the grace of God now, he has found my contact, so I'm in constant engagement with my good brother IG and your team. Let me acknowledge one of our own, even though he's already been introduced. I want to acknowledge Sir Bèàt. He is now the ambassador designate to the Vatican, Rome. Yes. Oh, so God bless you. The new ambassador designate to Vatican, Rome. and he's part of the team here, yes. The senior colleague and the former commissioner of the National Media Commission. Yes, yes. So, anyway, I think the only major concern to bring this engagement to an end is the use of the Electronic Communications Act 2008, particularly Act 775, which has become a friend of the police in recent times. That's what the police have been using to apprehend journalists. Yes, Mr. IGP, as much as we appreciate that in some situations and instances there are excesses, and that we also appreciate that some of us sometimes are reckless. We side with the logic of the former President Kufuor, who believed that issues of defamation, whatever form it takes, must be treated as civil. And so we have always advised that regardless, we should use the civil remedies in addressing some of these cases or some of these issues than the criminal remedies. When we read the spirit and the letter of the act, it wasn't made for journalists, it wasn't made for the media. But then we've realized that even though after the repeal of the criminal libel law, the security, and for that matter, your men and women, has found that article to apprehend journalists or media just to instill some form of fear and to gag us. And as you can see, you are my brother, so I am quick to say that it is not working. The magic is not working. Now, as much as you arrest us, we're still doing our job, regardless. So I believe we want to respectfully appeal to your good office, a good self, that the spirit and the letter of the electronic, before we were calling for the repeal. But like as we are here, I believe the repeal will be in the hands of the lawmakers, the Attorney General, government, and lawmakers. But we are appealing to your good office to advise your men that that law wasn't made for us. And so they should not hide behind the law to be arresting journalists and media practitioners. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming, Mr. IGP. Thank you so much.
See that aspect, it is the threatening aspect that is important. When you threaten somebody, we're going to kill you, when we get you, we'll shoot you, we'll do this. That is the other aspect. But defaming somebody is not a problem. Okay. That is not what we are looking at. But the threat aspect, I'll kill you, I'll do this.
Counsel, that's our lawyer. He wants to say something. Counsel, come.
That's different.
Our lawyer is here, so
Zaiji, we completely agree with your concern, but this is what we want to draw attention to. Two things. Number one is that if you look at the Electronic Communications Act very well, it is not a content regulatory law. It was a law that was made to regulate the nature of spectrum technology and how it is done. So the provision that the police has been relying on, the provision actually says that whoever uses misleading communication to misdirect a ship, a vessel, aircraft, okay, but they only hold on to the misleading or false communication and stop there. We really want to encourage you, IG, to look at it yourself as a team and also to get your lawyers to look at it. You will discover that that law is not made for the situation that they apply it for. But we'd also want to plead with you that if you wouldn't mind, the president may have to organize a meeting between yourselves and your team and perhaps the Chief Justice on this issue, because we strongly feel that the law has been misapplied too many times. Thank you very much.
So on that note, on behalf of the National Executive of the Ghana Journalists Association, on behalf of my senior colleagues here, on behalf of the members of the IGP fraternity, and to that extent the reporters present, all editors here, I want to thank the IGP and the members of PUMA for, in fact, for the first time, calling on the leadership of the GJA. In the past, what has been happening is that usually we come to you or we meet, we engage. As alluded to my brother, today, IGP is becoming, because for the first time, we are hosting not only you, but the able team. And this will go to the honor of the history of the GJA and even the nation as a whole. We appreciate this fine gesture, and we promise you that we are also going to reciprocate that. And based on this engagement, colleagues, nobody should come and ask me that after the ultimatum, what are we doing? We have already heard it. With this fine visit, I want to assure the police that whatever plan, whatever decision, whatever intention we had have been dropped. We want to start all over again. We want to start on a fresh note, believing that in this marriage, police will stick to their words and we will also stick to our commitment. Once again, thank you, and thank you all for coming.
All right, so I want to thank all our media partners here for your support. We will go outside the national executives plus our veterans to have a photo session with our police management and IGP. Thank you. This one.
The one I'm going to a medical. I might be another two.
I beg, everyone come back. Everyone come back. I beg the phone guys. I beg. That's all right. Come back. Make sure you are in the picture. We have to control live. No. Go back. You have to go. Eat now. After ready.